My dear sisters, my dear friends, every day when you wake up, life gives you two choices: to exist or to live fully. Existing means simply breathing, doing your routine, scrolling through your phone, and calling it a day. Living fully means doing something that nourishes your mind, your body, and your soul. A powerful woman is not born powerful. She becomes powerful through the habits she repeats every day. So today, let's talk about the 9 daily habits every woman must practice to become emotionally strong, mentally peaceful, and spiritually grounded. Every morning is a new beginning, a new chance to shape the story of your life. Yet, what do most people do the moment they open their eyes? They rush, they grab their phone, check messages, scroll through social media, and suddenly, their mind is no longer in their control. It's already reacting to the world. But I want you to think about this. The first few minutes after you wake up decide the energy of your entire day. The way you start your morning sets the tone for everything that follows. If you start in chaos, the day will feel chaotic. But if you start in stillness, your day will flow with grace and clarity. Start your day with stillness. Before you speak to anyone, speak to yourself. Before you answer to the world, answer to your soul. Sit quietly for a few minutes and just breathe. Feel the rhythm of your own heartbeat. Feel the blessing of being alive. This is not about religion or rituals. It's about reconnecting with yourself before the noise of the world takes over. When you wake up and spend even 5 minutes in silence, you start to see life differently. The same problems may still exist, but your reaction to them changes. You are calmer, wiser, and less easily shaken. Have you noticed how the world has become obsessed with hurry? Everyone is running, chasing, scrolling, comparing. But when you live in a rush, you stop living with depth. You become a machine doing tasks, not a human feeling joy. Starting your day in stillness is like giving your soul a gentle reminder: you are not just here to survive, you are here to live consciously. The morning silence is where clarity is born. In that quiet space, answers come without asking. Peace enters without invitation. You begin to realize that happiness doesn't come from achieving more, it comes from being more, being present, being aware, being grateful. Imagine this: you wake up one morning and instead of checking your phone, you walk to your window. You look outside and see the light of dawn touching the sky. The air feels cool, the birds are singing softly, and for a moment, everything is still. You take a deep breath and whisper, "Thank you for another day." No complaints, no rush, no pressure, just gratitude. That single moment can shift your entire mindset. Because when you start your day from a place of gratitude and peace, you carry that energy with you through everything: your work, your relationships, your challenges. When you rush straight into noise, your mind becomes cluttered. But when you start with stillness, your mind becomes your greatest friend. You start noticing the little joys, the aroma of tea, the sound of laughter, the warmth of sunlight. Stillness trains you to find beauty in simplicity. It teaches you to slow down in a world that glorifies speed. The most successful people in the world are not those who do the most, but those who do what matters with calm focus. Some women say, "I don't have time for silence in the morning," but the truth is, you don't have time not to. Because when you begin your day scattered, you spend the rest of it trying to find your center again. Stillness is not a luxury, it's a necessity. Just like your body needs food to survive, your mind needs silence to function clearly. Without it, you live reacting to everything, to messages, to people, to problems, instead of responding from peace. In stillness, you find your power. You realize that no matter what happens outside, you can choose peace inside. You learn that your thoughts create your reality, and if you begin your day with chaotic thoughts, you create a chaotic reality. But when you begin your day with calm, gratitude, and awareness, your energy aligns with balance, and everything begins to flow naturally. Every morning is like a blank canvas. The world will try to throw colors at you, some bright, some dark. But if you begin your day with stillness, you become the artist, not the canvas. You decide what colors to keep, what to let go, and what masterpiece to create with your day. When you wake up tomorrow, before you check your phone or think about your to-do list, take a moment and ask yourself, what kind of energy do I want to bring into this day? If you want peace, start in peace. If you want clarity, start in silence. If you want joy, start with gratitude. You cannot plant seeds of worry and expect flowers of happiness to grow. The energy you start with is the energy you live with. Stillness doesn't mean doing nothing. It means doing everything with awareness. It's a quiet strength that builds from within. It's the pause before the power. When you begin your day by centering yourself, you no longer chase the day. You lead it. You stop being a prisoner of circumstances and become the author of your peace. So tomorrow morning, sit still, breathe, close your eyes, and whisper gratitude for the gift of life. Feel the quiet power within you. The world outside may still be chaotic, but inside you, there will be peace. That peace will guide you through your day, protect your heart, and remind you who you truly are. A woman of calm strength, silent grace, and unshakable inner power. Because the most beautiful mornings are not the ones with perfect sunshine, but the ones where you wake up in perfect peace. There's a voice inside every woman that never stops talking. The voice that whispers, comments, criticizes, and sometimes even screams. And sadly, for many women, that voice isn't kind. It says things like, "You're not enough. You're not as beautiful as her. You're not doing great." But the truth is, the words you speak to yourself are far more powerful than the words anyone else could ever say to you. Because those words shape your self-image, your confidence, and even the energy you bring into the world. You see, many women have mastered the art of being kind to others, but have forgotten how to be kind to themselves. They uplift others, motivate others, and shower others with compassion. Yet when they look in the mirror, they find flaws instead of blessings. They forget that the most important conversation they'll ever have is the one they have with themselves every single day. Imagine this. A woman wakes up and stands before the mirror. She looks at herself and immediately notices what's wrong. My skin doesn't look good today. I've gained a little weight. I look tired. And before she's even left her room, she's already brought her energy down. Not because of what anyone said, but because of the words she told herself. But if she were to pause and look again, to smile gently and say, "I'm proud of you. You've been through a lot, but you're still here. you're still trying, you're still growing, her whole day would change. The world outside would feel lighter because her world inside just got brighter. The way you speak to yourself becomes the story you live. If you constantly tell yourself, I'm not capable, you'll find reasons to believe it. But if you start saying, I can learn, I can grow, I can improve, your mind begins to align with your words. Your self-talk becomes your self-trust. The world may doubt you, but when you stop doubting yourself, nothing can truly stop you. Many people wait for others to validate them, to tell them they're beautiful, they're smart, they're worthy. But what if you stopped waiting? What if every morning you became your own encourager? Because when you depend on others to make you feel good, you give them the power to make you feel small. The real strength lies in being your own source of love, your own source of motivation. Think about a flower. It doesn't bloom because someone is watching. It blooms because it was created to. The same way, your worth doesn't come from approval. It comes from existence. You are already enough, already deserving, already worthy. You just need to remind yourself every single day. Let's be honest, self-love doesn't come naturally for most people. We've been trained since childhood to meet expectations, to compare, to compete, to constantly seek perfection. But perfection doesn't exist. Even the moon has scars, and yet it shines beautifully every night. So why should you wait to love yourself only when you become flawless? Love yourself while you grow. Speak to yourself kindly while you make mistakes. You don't have to be perfect to be proud. You just have to be genuine. Have you ever noticed that the way you talk to yourself affects the way you handle challenges? When you speak harshly to yourself, you carry guilt, fear, and pressure. But when you speak kindly, you give yourself strength. A woman who treats herself with compassion walks differently. She carries an aura of quiet confidence, not because her life is perfect, but because her inner voice is peaceful. Here's something beautiful to remember. The world listens to how you speak to yourself. When you constantly put yourself down, you unconsciously give others permission to do the same. But when you honor yourself, when you speak words of respect and self-worth, others start seeing you through the same lens. You teach people how to treat you by how you treat yourself. Let's take a simple example. Imagine two women at work. One constantly doubts herself, saying, I'm not good enough for this promotion. The other says, I might not know everything yet, but I'm capable of learning and growing. Who do you think walks into that room with confidence? Who do you think attracts more respect, more trust, and more opportunities? The one who speaks life into herself, the one who believes. Kindness to yourself is not arrogance, it's not pride, it's self-respect. It's acknowledging that you are a work in progress and still worthy of love at every stage. It's about recognizing that even on your worst days, you deserve understanding, not judgment. When you speak kindly to yourself, you also begin to treat others better, because what's inside you flows outward. If your heart is full of criticism, you'll spread criticism. But if your heart is full of kindness, you'll spread love. So, every time you hear that inner critic speaking, pause and ask, would I talk like this to someone I love? If not, then you shouldn't talk like that to yourself either. Self-talk isn't just a mental exercise, it's spiritual. It's your connection with your own soul. It's your way of saying, I see you, I value you, I appreciate you. The more you practice it, the more natural it becomes. It transforms not only how you feel, but also how you live. Every day, stand before your reflection and speak life. Tell yourself you're doing your best. Tell yourself that it's okay to rest, to heal, to grow slowly. Tell yourself that you're becoming better every single day, because the words you speak to yourself in private will become the energy you carry in public. When you fill your mind with love, confidence, and peace, you stop chasing validation and start living with purpose. You stop comparing your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20. You start trusting that your journey is unfolding exactly as it should. So from today onwards, promise yourself one thing: never let your inner voice be your biggest enemy. Let it be your best friend. Speak with kindness, speak with love, and remind yourself daily that you are enough, not because of what you do or how you look, but because of who you are. When a woman learns to speak kindly to herself, she doesn't just change her day, she changes her entire destiny. There comes a time in every woman's life when she must learn one of the most powerful lessons: the art of letting go. Letting go is not weakness, it's strength in its purest, most graceful form. It's the moment when you decide that your peace matters more than your pain, that your future deserves more space than your past. So many people carry the weight of what was, the hurt, the betrayal, the disappointment, and they wonder why their steps feel heavy, why their hearts feel tired. It's because they're walking forward with their eyes still turned backward. Letting go doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you start caring for yourself. It means you understand that holding on to what's breaking you isn't loyalty. It's self-destruction. Imagine holding a rope tightly while someone else is pulling it from the other side. The more you hold on, the deeper it cuts into your skin. But the moment you release it, the pain begins to heal. That's what letting go feels like. Painful at first, but freeing in the end. Every woman has a story. Maybe it's a love that didn't last, a friend who turned distant, a dream that didn't unfold the way she hoped. And in that story, there's always a part that hurts. The mistake we make is trying to rewrite that part over and over, hoping the ending will change. But life doesn't work like that. Some chapters are meant to teach, not to continue. Some people come into your life not to stay, but to show you something, maybe about trust, about strength, or about what you truly deserve. Once the lesson is learned, it's time to move on. Letting go is not forgetting. It's remembering without pain. It's accepting that what happened cannot be changed, but it can be understood. It's no longer wishing for a different past, but working towards a better future. When you release the people and situations that are no longer meant for you, you make space for peace, joy, and growth. Think of your heart as a room. If it's filled with old memories, regrets, and resentments, there's no room for anything new. But when you clean it out, when you open the windows and let the light in, suddenly the air feels fresh and you can breathe again. That's what letting go does. It gives you room to breathe, to grow, to live again without the weight of yesterday pressing on your chest. There's a beauty in closure. Not every closure comes with an apology. Not every goodbye comes with explanation. Sometimes closure is simply you deciding that your peace is more valuable than your pride. It's you saying, I don't need to understand everything to move forward. Life becomes lighter the moment you realize you don't have to carry the things that aren't meant for you anymore. Every day you hold on to anger, you feed it. Every day you replay the pain, you relive it. And every time you choose to let it go, you heal a little more. Healing isn't sudden, it's a process. One morning, you'll wake up and realize you didn't think about that person or that event anymore. And that's when you'll know you're free. Letting go also means releasing control, understanding that you can't fix everyone, you can't make everyone stay, and you can't force things to be how you wish they were. Control is an illusion that only exhausts the soul. Sometimes the best thing you can do is to surrender, to say, I don't understand why this happened, but I trust that I'll grow through it. That's faith. That's maturity. That's real strength. Have you ever seen trees during autumn? They let go of their leaves so effortlessly. They don't fight the change, they embrace it. They trust that after letting go, there will be another spring, another chance to bloom. In the same way, when you let go of what's no longer serving you, you make space for new blessings to take root. A woman who has learned to let go walks with peace. Her energy feels different. She no longer seeks revenge or validation. She doesn't dwell on who left or what went wrong. She simply breathes, smiles, and moves forward with grace because she knows that peace is not found in fixing the past, but in freeing herself from it. Sometimes, the hardest person to let go of is not someone else, it's your old self. The version of you that tolerated too much, that stayed silent when she should have spoken, that settled when she deserved more. Letting go means honoring that version of you for surviving, but also being brave enough to evolve. You are allowed to outgrow the people, the habits, and even the mindsets that once felt comfortable. Growth and comfort rarely live in the same room. In life, pain is inevitable, but suffering is optional. You can't always choose what happens to you, but you can always choose how long you let it live inside you. Don't let temporary pain become a permanent residence in your heart. Learn from it, bless it, and then release it. Because your peace is far too precious to be sacrificed at the altar of what, ifs, and why me's. Letting go is an act of faith. It's trusting that what's ahead is greater than what's behind. It's believing that God's plan is bigger than your disappointment. When you finally release what's not meant for you, life will surprise you. New opportunities, new people, new energy will start entering your life. Not because they suddenly appeared, but because you finally made room for them. So, my friend, if something or someone has been weighing on your heart, take a deep breath and release it. You've carried it long enough. It's time to walk lighter, love yourself deeper, and live freer. Don't be afraid of endings. They're simply the beginning of something new. The art of letting go is not about losing. It's about winning back your peace, your strength, and your joy. Because when you let go of what's breaking you, you make space for what's meant to build you. Your body is not just a shell that carries you through life. It is your temple, your home, the sacred space where your soul lives. Yet so often, we treat everything else with more care than we treat ourselves. We charge our phones before they die, but we let ourselves run on empty. We clean our homes regularly, but we neglect the body that carries us through every single day. We spend hours taking care of others, meeting deadlines, chasing goals, but we forget the one thing that makes all of that possible: our health, our energy, our well-being. You cannot pour from an empty cup. You cannot be strong for everyone else if you are breaking inside. Taking care of your body is not selfish, it is self-respect. It is understanding that you can't serve from a place of exhaustion. You see, your body speaks to you every day, but in whispers it says, please rest, please move, please feed me something real. But if you keep ignoring those whispers, one day they will turn into screams in the form of fatigue, illness, stress, or burnout. Imagine a woman who wakes up every morning and immediately jumps into her routine. Rushing, running, skipping breakfast, glued to her phone, constantly checking emails. She thinks she's being productive, but slowly her energy fades. She feels irritated, tired, disconnected. Her body isn't betraying her, it's simply tired of not being cared for. Now imagine another woman who wakes up, drinks water, takes a few deep breaths, stretches her body, and eats a nourishing breakfast. She moves her body not because she wants to be thinner, but because she wants to feel alive. That small difference changes everything: her mood, her confidence, her clarity. We often think self-care is about luxury, spas, expensive diets, long vacations. But real self-care is in the small choices you make daily. It's in choosing water over soda, sleep over scrolling, peace over pressure. It's in deciding to walk for 10 minutes instead of sitting for hours. It's in choosing to cook a meal that fuels your body instead of numbing your hunger with junk food. When you nurture your body, you honor life itself. Your body is constantly doing miracles for you. Your heart beats without you asking. Your lungs breathe without you reminding them. Your eyes see beauty without you commanding them. How often do you stop and say thank you? We spend so much time criticizing how our body looks that we forget to appreciate what it does. We stand in front of mirrors and notice what we dislike instead of realizing that this same body has carried us through storms, heartbreaks, sleepless nights, and yet it's still standing strong. There's a story of a woman who worked endlessly, ignoring her health in the name of success. One day, her body forced her to stop. Fatigue, pain, sickness. As she sat in the hospital bed, she realized something powerful. I was chasing everything, but I was losing the one thing that allowed me to chase. The lesson was simple. If you don't make time for your health today, you'll be forced to make time for your illness tomorrow. Your body is your foundation. Without it, nothing stands. Think of a beautiful building. If its base is weak, no matter how tall or decorated it looks, it won't last. The same goes for your body. It holds your dreams, your purpose, your emotions. Treat it gently. Give it the rest it needs, the food it deserves, and the movement it craves. Movement is not punishment, it's celebration. Every step, every stretch, every breath is your way of saying, thank you, body, for carrying me through another day. There's something magical that happens when you take care of your body. Your mind begins to follow. When your body feels light and alive, your thoughts become clearer. You begin to attract peace, confidence, and happiness because you feel balanced. A tired body cannot create a peaceful mind. When you treat your body like a priority, you start radiating a quiet strength. People notice it, not because of how you look, but because of how you glow from within. Sometimes, women feel guilty for taking care of themselves. They say, I don't have time, or it feels selfish. But taking care of yourself doesn't mean you don't care about others. It means you care enough to show up for them fully. You can't pour love from a dry heart or strength from a weak body. When you are well, everyone around you benefits. Your energy heals, your smile inspires, and your presence uplifts others. Think about the moments when you feel your best. After a morning walk, after a good night's sleep, after eating something wholesome. Those are the moments when you are aligned with life. Those are the moments when your body and soul are working together. That's what nurturing your body really means. Not achieving perfection, but maintaining balance. No one else can take care of your body for you. No one can drink water for you, sleep for you, or breathe for you. This responsibility is sacred and personal. It's a daily act of love, not vanity. It's saying, I deserve to feel good. I deserve to have energy. I deserve to live, not just exist. So when you wake up tomorrow, instead of rushing, pause, stretch your body, drink water slowly, eat something that gives you life, smile at your reflection, not because you look perfect, but because you're grateful to have another day to live in this body. This body has walked through pain and still stands strong. It has been tired but never gave up. It has healed itself time and time again. It deserves your respect. It deserves your love. Because no matter how beautiful your dreams are, you need this body to reach them. Cherish it, honor it, and take care of it, not out of fear of losing it, but out of love for living fully in it. When you learn to treat your body with care, life begins to respond with grace. Practice gratitude. Every morning when you wake up, you have two choices: to focus on what's missing or to focus on what's already there. Gratitude is not about pretending everything is perfect. It's about recognizing that even in imperfection, there are blessings. You see, when a woman starts her day by saying, "Thank you, God, for another chance to breathe, to try again, to become better," something powerful shifts inside her. Her energy changes. Her outlook changes. Her heart softens. And her spirit strengthens. Gratitude is not a reaction to a good life. It's the reason life starts feeling good. Imagine this. You wake up late, spill your coffee, and realize you're running behind for work. Most people would start the day frustrated, but a grateful woman smiles through it. She thinks, at least I have a job to go to. At least I have coffee to drink. At least I'm alive. You see, the situation hasn't changed. Her mindset has. That's the magic of gratitude. It transforms ordinary days into blessings and challenges into lessons. When you live in gratitude, your perspective changes. Suddenly, you stop chasing what you don't have and start cherishing what you do. You stop comparing your life to others and start finding beauty in your own journey. You stop saying, "Why me?" and start saying, "Try me." Gratitude builds emotional strength. It's like a daily vitamin for the soul. Think of gratitude as a mirror. It reflects what's truly valuable. A woman who practices gratitude daily stops craving validation from others. She doesn't need constant compliments or approval. Because her happiness doesn't come from what people give her, it comes from what she already sees within her. She doesn't say, I'll be happy when I get that job, when I lose weight, when I meet the right person. No, she says, I'm happy now because I'm learning, growing, and still standing. Let's take a real example. There was a young woman who worked tirelessly but never felt fulfilled. Every time she achieved something, she immediately set her eyes on the next goal, never pausing to appreciate how far she'd come. One day, she met an elderly woman who smiled constantly, despite living a simple, quiet life. Curious, she asked, "How are you always so peaceful?" The old woman replied, "Because every morning I count what I have, not what I lack." That single sentence changed her perspective. She realized happiness is not about having more, it's about seeing more, seeing the blessings that were always there but ignored. Gratitude is also contagious. When a woman lives with a grateful heart, she spreads calm wherever she goes. Her words uplift, her energy heals, and her presence comforts. People want to be around her, not because she has everything, but because she makes everyone feel like they have enough. She inspires others to slow down, breathe, and notice life's quiet gifts. The sunrise, a warm hug, a kind word, a simple meal. In today's fast world, we often rush through blessings like they're chores. We scroll through our phones, comparing lives, forgetting that what we see online is edited. Gratitude pulls us back to reality. It whispers, "Look at your life. You have so much already. You may not have everything you want, but you have everything you need to start. You have another day, another chance, another heartbeat. And that alone is worth 1,000 thank yous." A grateful woman doesn't wait for things to get easier. She finds strength in the storm. She doesn't crumble when things go wrong because she knows every closed door protects her from something not meant for her. Gratitude teaches her patience. It teaches her to trust that even in silence, life is working for her, not against her. When you start practicing gratitude daily, you notice miracles in the smallest places. The smile of a stranger, the sound of rain, the laughter of a loved one. These aren't coincidences. They're reminders that life is beautiful if you pay attention. The happiest women aren't those with perfect lives. They're the ones who say, "Thank you," for the imperfect ones. So every day, before you step out into the world, pause for a moment, close your eyes, breathe, and whisper 3 words that can change your entire day. Thank you, God. Thank you for my strength, my lessons, my growth. Thank you for everything that stayed and everything that left. Because every blessing and every battle has shaped you into who you are today. Gratitude is not just a practice, it's a way of living. When you live with a thankful heart, you stop seeing problems as punishment and start seeing them as preparation. You stop waiting for happiness and start creating it. And that, my friends, is how a woman becomes unstoppable. Not because life is easy, but because her heart is grateful.